We finally did it. We made it to Uptober. There is only one day left until we enter the up only mode for Bitcoin. Just kidding. We're obviously going to have some down days. But in today's video, I wanted to take a look at what's been going on in the market, the bullish catalyst that we're seeing headed into the final quarter of the year, where the money is being made, as well as how I'm positioning myself to capitalize on said money for what can potentially be the final easy mode crypto bull run of our lifetime. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Crypto Gorilla video. As usual, nothing in this video is financial advice. It is just my opinion. And if you can hit that like button, it really helps my channel reach a wider audience. So like I said in the intro, we are headed into Uptober, which historically is not only the best month for Bitcoin and crypto in general, but also the stock market. Now, if you've been tracking the crypto market, you'll know that not only the last 7 days, as you can see here, it is green across the board, but over the last 30 days, things have been incredibly positive, which is great because historically September has been a horrible month for crypto. And that goes for everything from the majors to utility tokens, gaming, AI, and especially meme coins, which we're going to take a look at later in this video. But even the ETFs have begun buying again. A majority of the month of September has been positive, meaning we're seeing more inflows than outflows. And if you take a look at last Friday, the 27th of September, we had nearly $500 million of inflows into the Bitcoin ETFs. Now, ETH hasn't been as good. A majority of the outflows are still coming from Grayscale as they wind down that trust. Same thing for Bitcoin. You can see here, the Grayscale is pretty much the only one that has a ton of outflows. But regardless, we haven't seen the same kind of buy pressure like we did for Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we've had $18.8 billion of inflows, whereas Ethereum, we're in the negative. We have over $500 million in outflows. So hopefully this does start to change and maybe BlackRock can start doing some marketing for the ETH ETF like they've been doing for Bitcoin. But on top of this, we have a ton of bullish factors coming in for Q4. Of course, we have the elections coming up, and I don't imagine they're going to let the market and the economy crash leading into an election, especially with Trump as one of the opponents. It's just going to be an easy layup for him to say like, Bidenomics at work as the whole market crashes. We also have the $16 billion being paid back from FTX to customers. Now, I believe 75% of that is cash, meaning 25% is still in crypto. And you're going to see a ton of headlines about this. Don't believe everything you read. It's not all being paid back on October 1st or anything. It's going to be spread out over many months. You also have to consider that creditors came in and purchased the debt. So some of that is just going to creditors. But assuming, let's just say like 25% is going to retail in cash, that's potentially $4 billion of cash that is sidelined and they want to put back into the market. And these are somewhat experienced investors, right? They have experience investing into crypto. They've tasted it before and they know a little bit about tokens. So even if we see a portion of that money flow back into crypto, that could be a big deal. Now, of course, we also just saw our first rate cuts in a very long time. And I do imagine they are going to keep cutting rates, which eventually will lead into financial easing, aka money printing. And last but not least, CZ is finally out of jail. I think people are making this way more bullish than it actually is. Like, it's great he's out of jail, but I don't know why that's going to magically pump the market outside of some meme coins being created. Jumping into the world of NFTs, they're still kind of boring, right? The NFT whitelist meta is not back. It doesn't mean there's not money to be made. For example, we just had two over the last week. We had Core Protocol. I believe this one was a free mint. It ran all the way to 0.08. We also had Gomble Games, also a free mint. It ran all the way to 0.18, and both of these were playable on the secondary market even if you didn't have whitelist. So you were able to make money if you were trading these, although they are on ETH, so you have to remember the gas fees as well as all the platform fees. However, as far as grinding whitelists to be able to mint these and flip them, I don't know how worth it is. It's still like $200 and $400 of profits, which it's a lot of money, you know, $400, but it all comes down to how much work do you have to put in to getting whitelist whitelist for these projects. So we'll see how this week goes. I know there's a few mints happening that people are excited about. There is Hanzo Momo, which is a fractal Bitcoin mint. After that, there's going to be Memecoins, which this is a free mint happening on ETH. So again, you got to pay those gas fees, but at least it's a free mint. I like the art for this one. I tried to get whitelist for my community. I don't know, they told me I'm too late, even though they're still doing like these Twitter whitelist giveaways, which, let's face it, these are completely useless. It's about the same as doing like a Twitter. I hate getting asked for a Twitter raid. It's so easy. I don't mind doing it. Like, it's the easiest thing to run to get whitelist, but how useless is it? Other than botting their socials, like that's the only reason that we do it, so they can get the number of Twitter followers up and the number of view posts up. But outside of that, it brings zero value to a project. I've never minted a project because I'm like, wow, look how many people are bullish about this in the comments. We all know the LFGs and like the eye emojis in the comments are completely useless. Even with my videos on YouTube, if you're a few hours in, just go in the comments and you're going to see it's a bunch of bots spamming the same projects. Like, I will never touch any of those projects because they're doing weird marketing tactics, or it's probably a scam. So personally, I do not like these kind of Twitter marketing campaigns. I still like the project, like the art looks cool, but I wish they would change how they do things. Now, the biggest mint of the week that everybody's looking forward to is, of course, Jungle. This is a free mint happening on Solana on October 1st. I made a full video about it last Friday if you want to check it out. And I have no idea where this price is going to land, especially since it's on Solana. That is not my forte. I come from an ETH NFT background. I minted Solana and Cardano NFTs back in the day, but ETH is really where I understand the culture a lot more. Now, this is a 1K collection. However, I know they did do some deals with servers, including mine, where a portion of the spots you received are vested. So there's going to be a decent amount that cannot be sold for, I think it's 28 or 30 days. So that does help relieve some of the sell pressure off the floor. I believe whitelist was also selling between $600 and $800 on the secondary market. So hopefully it's above those levels. I think very good pricing for this would be double digit SOL, 10 SOL or higher. Like, that would be very good for this project. But outside of Jungle, the only two really hype mints I hear a lot of people talk about are Today the Game, which, I'm still holding their Genesis seed. It's at a roughly 1.4 ETH floor, so it is doing well. And I am looking forward to this mint. Same thing. I'm trying to guess where it's going to land. I'm pretty sure it's going to be at around 0.1 ETH. 0.2 would be my top for it, because while it is hyped, it's still a 5,555 supply collection, which is very large for this market. Now, to be fair, if we go back and look at Gomble Space Kids, this one is currently just under 0.2, and it is also a 5,555 supply collection. And I believe more people know about Today the Game than they do Gomble, especially that Today already had a mint, which did perform really well. But what I guess concerns me here is if we look at the analytics and we look at the wallets, here you can see there's two wallets which hold over 70% of the supply. Now, I guess this one called Gomble is the staking wallet, or maybe this one is the staking wallet because you can stake your NFTs. And then this one is like the treasury holding 1,000 NFTs. That would make a lot more sense here. And this does help relieve some of the sell pressure. And I know that Today the Game also has staking mechanics. They do have a token coming up and you're going to get an airdrop. And I heard, at least for the Genesis Pass, the airdrop is going to be very good. So hopefully that helps reduce some sell pressure. But typically the Gen 2 is roughly 10% of the floor price of the Gen 1, which would put it at around 0.14 ETH, which I think would be really good for this collection. Now, the second project that everybody is rushing to get whitelist for is the second mint for L37, their profile picture mint. Same thing, it's a 5K supply. It is not a free mint, unlike Today the Game. This one is at 0.1 ETH, which personally I don't like, but the community voted on it, so there's nothing they can do. And at least for this one, if it is 10% of the Gen 1, that's going to be a 0.35-ish floor, which is 3.5x from the mint price, which would be amazing. Now, I really like this project. I've been holding my Genesis World since mint. I called it going to 6 ETH and then going to 10 ETH, and that panned out, so exactly as I predicted. But I don't know where the PFP collection is going to land in these market conditions. it's very hard to gauge demand. And I really like this project. I like that they're doing revenue share and how they're treating the NFTs and incorporating them into the game. So if you want whitelist for this project and you don't know if you should flip it or hold it or whatever, I would recommend playing their game. You will need a code. If you need a code, hit me up in my Discord. I'll try to get you one. But by playing, not only can you earn whitelist, but you're also going to get a feel for the project, and you're going to know, hey, is this something that has legs and I believe in, or is it something I'm just going to try to grind whitelist for and flip it, take the money and run? Now, outside of those, I'm trying to look what's coming down the line here, and there really isn't that much that excites me. And to be honest, even the upcoming gaming mints are pretty boring. I think it's getting very repetitive. People are not doing anything new, and I feel the audience is just going to stop caring about these gaming mints. They're purely going to look at them to flip, not hold, because they believe in the game. A lot of these games do suck. It's like little mini games or mobile games. So I think we need something fresh. One project I am excited for, although I don't know if there's a whitelist or anything, is the Onchain Heroes project. I am hearing a lot of people speculate that they think this is going to be the next Wolf game. I haven't seen what the game is or anything like that, so I'm still in the dark here, even though I did have a call with the founder. However, they do have an announcement coming later today, so I would definitely keep an eye out for that. I'll put a link in the description down below. But beyond gaming NFTs, even when it comes to upcoming gaming tokens, a lot of them are struggling. And that's despite the major turnaround in gaming altcoins on the secondary market. Now, one of the worst performing launches I have seen in a very long time, not just in gaming, but across the board, happened over the weekend. It was Darktimes. This was released on the Sui chain, and they went to market with only one exchange, being Gate.io. I can't even use Gate in my country, so this was a really weird call. And I know there's a lot of people criticizing their launch, that they launched without a playable game. They launched without a playable alpha or demo. So the token is literally useless. It has no utility until the game comes out. Now, on the other end of that, a lot of people invested into these gaming projects, myself included. I invested into many, and they are pressuring these projects to launch. And I'm sure a lot of the projects are running out of money, right? And they need to get that token out in order to get that liquidity. But the thing is, the market's not there, and the exchanges don't want to launch these tokens. I've heard there's over 70 projects that have signed agreements with exchanges, but now they're at the whims of the exchanges. The exchanges don't want to launch any of these projects. And once they do, think of the lineup that people have to wait for in order to finally launch, because they're not going to launch 7 projects in a single day. So while everybody's pressuring these projects to launch and flooding them in their discords, like, it's out of their control. It's the market conditions, and it's the exchanges who are deciding. So hopefully a lot of these upcoming tokens learn from what just happened with Darktimes, and they don't just rush to market with only one exchange. Now, one project that did just start teasing their token is Spellborne. I did see they have a brand new Twitter. They just made a new post. So if Spellborne, if you're watching, please look at what happened with Darktimes and don't let that happen to your token. I'm not an investor or anything, but I want you guys to succeed. But I said we would talk about where the real money is being made, and that is with Memecoins. Memecoins have been and will continue to be the main character of this cycle. So I'm going to shift a lot of my attention and free time into trading meme coins, because NFTs are not giving me the returns I want. It's not giving me even the views I want on my channel. And it's not even fun. Like, you've probably seen me complain recently on Twitter about NFT collabs sucking. It's honestly not even worth it as a creator anymore, working with a lot of these projects. And don't get me wrong, I came from NFTs. I made my money with NFTs. I love NFTs. I wish they would turn around. But at the same time, I want to retire this cycle. And the only way I can actually do that and make that FU money is with meme coins. So that's where the money is, that's where the community is, and that's where the fun is. And I want all 3 of those. So if you're mad at meme coins for taking away liquidity from your NFTs or from your utility coins, if you don't understand meme coins and you're struggling to get on board, I strongly suggest watching this video by Murad. I will put it in the description down below. I think he does an amazing job at explaining meme coins and breaking down the psychology behind it. Now, regardless of watching this video, it's not easy trading meme coins. I think there are 3 different ways of trading meme coins. I have broken them down in a meme coin video. I'll just explain it once again. The first one is to size into majors, right? The Pepes, the Popcats, the Mews, the Whiffs, the Mogs. And I do have position in 3 of those, just full disclosure. But whenever you think there's going to be a huge move in the market, you size into a coin that you like. Not even meme coins, it could be a gaming coin or an altcoin or whatever. You take the swing trade and you get out of it once you're up 10, 20%, because you sized in with so much money that 20% is actually a lot of money. The second way is to play the trenches. This is with things like Pump Fund, where maybe you put in $100 into a brand new coin and you turn it into $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, or it goes straight to zero. Most of the time it goes to zero, which is why I like option 3 and where I'm going to be trying to make my money, which is waiting for a good narrative or a new meta to start and sizing into it. We saw this with Billy. We saw this with Fwog. We just saw it this week with Moodang, the hippo token. I'm sure you saw not only all over your Twitter timeline, but all over Instagram and Facebook or whatever social media you use. It was even just in an episode of Saturday Night Live. And this thing was posted in a ton of meme coin servers at like 300K market cap, and it ran above 300 million. That is a 1,000x return on your money. That is how you turn $1,000 into $1 million if you have the will to hold on to it. And then from that, it sparked a meta where everybody was looking for pregnant zoo animals to find out what their baby name is and bid on those meme coins. So if you missed the Billy, if you missed the Fwog, if you missed the Moodangs, realize that literally every single month we get a new narrative, a new meta, and there's one token that just moons all the way to multiple $100 million market caps. So fear not, there will be many more. You just got to make sure you don't miss the next one. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching the Crypto Gorilla. Peace.